In this update, there's going to be a new way to store and load up techs, Venture Zone daring missions, a cool new biome, and so much more. This is TerraTech 0.7.6. One of the main new features we've added is tech storage used in your inventory, a more efficient and logical way to pack up and relocate your techs around the world. To load up a tech, open the Load Techs folder on the left-hand side of the screen and choose from your list of snapshots. Select where you want to place it, making sure the bubble is in a valid area, and left-click. To store away a tech's blocks, right-click any of your own techs that you're not currently using, hover over the SCU symbol for a few seconds, and your blocks will be sucked into storage. If you do it by accident, the undo button will sort that out. You can only load up techs if you have their snapshot, the right number of blocks stored in your inventory, and if you're far enough away from enemies. Anchored techs are just as easily stored and loaded. We've now added a button to easily anchor and unanchor your techs so you can adjust them. You can even stick on some wheels and drive away. If the base doesn't anchor, you've probably put it in a bad spot. Move it to flatter ground. Before you start worrying about losing your resource chunks when storing bases away, we've got you covered. All you gotta do is compress these chunks into resource blocks using your fabricator. You can treat these blocks like any other by attaching them to techs or storing them in your SCU. They can also be turned back into separate resource chunks by breaking them down in a scrapper. Each corporation requires a different number of resource chunks in order to make the resource blocks. The Venture Corporation has given the world a few of its own upgrades, and they're pretty hard to miss. You'll now be assigned with Venture Stunt missions. These stunt missions will be available for all Venture grades and will include time trials and ramp jumps with increasing difficulty. You've been begging for water in TerraTech, and we have kind of delivered. Introducing the Glacier. Okay, it's obviously not water, but this toucher for us will no doubt give more variety to the TerraTech world. Careful, if your wheels are too slick, it might be a bit tricky driving and fighting on the ice. We've added 3 new blocks for Hawkeye. First up is the Havoc Shield. This shield has a more geometric feel, is larger than the others, and also consumes more energy. Second is the Pack Collector, which is essentially the Goldilocks of the 3 collectors. It can pick up 4 resource chunks, hold onto them at a decent speed, and is fitted with the armor that makes Hawkeye blocks able to withstand a lot more damage. And third is the Payload terminal, which now makes it easier to increase your collection of Hawkeye blocks. This completes the set of corporation-specific Payload terminals. You'll also be glad to hear that the GeoCorp tank tracks have now been promoted from the R&D test chamber and are available in the main game as part of GeoCorp Grade 3. For those of you who own the R&D DLC, there is now an EXP pacemaker block that will change the speed of your base. This can make the process of crafting faster or slow everything down while you work on your base. And to wrap things up, here's a few other bits that we've also added that deserve a mention.